No one likes hearing hard truths. You're getting laid off. You have a cavity. The girl who came over for Phineas and Ferb Marathon just wants to be friends. That's a true story that happened to one of our writers. It all sucks. But here's the thing. Even though we don't always like hard truths, they're important. Because if we avoid them, we'll miss opportunities to grow and reach our full potential. So today, I'm going to share 11 hard truths about money, success, and life in general that I wish someone had told me earlier. So without further ado, let's hop in. Hard truth number 1, no one's coming to save you. Here's the deal. No politician, government forgiveness program, or long-lost third cousin twice removed is going to swoop in and clean up your life, whether we're talking about money or any other area. Now, I know that sounds harsh, but it's actually good news. Because if no one's on the way to save the day, that means you don't have to sit around waiting for them to show up at your doorstep. You can start taking charge right now, and you get to call the shots. Yeah. You can start budgeting, paying off debt, and building wealth today. No need to wait for Goose Wayne to save the day. And yes, I meant Goose Wayne.
I have fully embraced my Goose Wayne persona. I physically train to be Batman, to win fights.
I love that you can tell he's punching as hard as he can, and it looks like a toddler is throwing that punch. I think I could, I'm going to say it right now. Goose Wayne, I challenge you to a duel. If he's out there, if he's alive, I hope he is. Has anyone checked on Goose Wayne? I digress. I retract my statement about fighting Goose Wayne.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Hard truth number 2. If you live fake rich, you'll become real broke. Lots of people try to look rich before they actually are. They finance luxury cars, charge vacations to their credit cards, and buy designer clothes, while their actual bank account is lonelier than a 5'6" Middle Eastern kid on prom night. Spoiler, it me. I'm 5'8", but I have minor scoliosis, so that knocked me down a few inches. I don't want to talk about it.
Now I'm stuck in minor scoliosis.
But seriously, trying to live fake rich might make you look impressive for a little while, might even feel fun for a bit, but eventually it's gonna catch up to you, and fake rich becomes real broke. And think about this, you're doing this for appearances. So choose intentionality over appearances, and you'll probably wind up retiring much faster than your friends with luxury watches and a leased car in the driveway. All right, hard truth number 3, retirement is not an age, it's a financial number. You see, retirement doesn't magically unlock at 65 like some kind of Social Security birthday party. And that's because retirement is not a date on the calendar, it's a money milestone. And besides, a Social Security birthday party is only slightly more exciting than a colonoscopy cookout. And say what you will, that smoked Boston butt at the colonoscopy cookout hit the spot. We annihilated that butt. Listen, the reality is you can only stop working when you have enough money saved and invested to cover your lifestyle and bills without needing a paycheck. So once you're debt-free with a fully funded emergency fund, start setting aside 15% of your paycheck every single month into a tax-advantaged retirement account, like a 401k, a 403b, a Roth IRA, whatever you have access to. You do that for long enough and you'll be in good shape. And let me prove it to you using our Ramsey investment calculator. So let's say your current age is 25 and you decide to invest $500. You're starting from nothing at 25 years old. We're going to say 10% return with compound growth over the long haul. That gives you $3.8 million at 67. And even let's say you decide to retire at 62. You'd still have $2.3 million. Now, a lot of you watching may say, hey, must be nice to be 25 and limber. I'm now 35. Where does that get me? Well, from 35 to 62, investing that same amount, you would get cut down to $822,000. So how much would it take to get you to something closer to $2 million? Well, you might need to invest a little more, like $700 a month until 65. Let's see where that gets you. 1.58. Not bad. Let's bump it up to 67. That puts you at 1.949. Now we're talking. That's some serious retirement nest egg right there. And that doesn't count any other sources of income you might have, like Social Security, pension, or any other accounts you got going on. That's just that one account, $700 a month. Now, I hope you're able to invest more than that, because 15% of the average household income at 80 grand, that's closer to $1,000 a month. So let's see where that gets us from 35 to 67. $2.78 million. Now we're talking. That's an actual retirement right there. I could use that kind of money. So let's go from, let's say 40 to 67. That's a 27-year time period. That brings us down to 1.6. So just remember, retirement is not an age, it's a financial number, and you have full control of deciding what that number is. All right, hard truth number 4. The wise man whispers to his plants. The fool asks them to listen. What is that? Okay, guys, who let Pop get a hold of this list? All right, don't you know he's been unwell for some time now? He shouldn't be doling out advice to the youth.
A fratte mate and a freakity pinkity.
The actual next hard truth on this list, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. And there is great wisdom in that Chinese proverb. We've all wished we could go back and start something earlier or avoid a past mistake. Maybe you wish you paid off your debt 5 years sooner, invested before the market went up, or started working out before your belt began faintly crying for help. But regret doesn't change your future, action does. And yes, starting earlier would have been amazing in situations like those. But here's the good news. The second best time is right now. And know that you're just getting started, okay? I know it feels like it's too late because you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s or even 60s. But as long as you can fog up a mirror and breathe, you got another day to fight and to build wealth. Whether it's budgeting, saving, investing, any financial habit, you've still got time to build something meaningful and retire with dignity. The windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror for a reason. It's all about looking forward, not back. That's how you get a crick in your neck. Hard truth number 5, you can't spend your way into a meaningful life. The culture we live in loves to sell the idea that happiness is just one more purchase away, whether it's a trip, a car, a hair transplant in Turkey. There's always something that's going to make your life better and fix all your problems. But all that spending usually leads to clutter, stress, and debt. All right, nothing you can buy at Target or Amazon will change your life. Although you might get a life-changing item at Hot Topic, like this Slipknot t-shirt. Welcome to 1999. I guess that's the last time they were relevant.
Get back to work.
The truth is that genuine meaning in life comes from healthy relationships, a habit of generosity, and managing your money with purpose, not swiping your card for another dopamine hit. All right, hard truth number 6. If you bet against yourself, you'll always be right. If you tell yourself things like, I'll never be able to pay off this debt, or I'll never have enough saved to buy a car with cash, well then congratulations, you've already guaranteed failure. At the heart of this is cynicism, right? This is negativity wrapped in fear. It's a lazy way to say, I've been burned before, so why try? But that financial nihilism won't get you anything other than maybe some upvotes on a Reddit thread, but it's not going to help your life. Now, luckily, the opposite is true too. If you believe success is possible, you'll start taking small, consistent steps in the right direction. You'll be more willing to stay disciplined and to keep going when it gets hard. I talk to people all the time on The Ramsey Show who've gotten out of debt and they've built wealth. And the starting point for all of them was believing they could actually do it. Along with being so sick of the status quo, they were willing to do something different, even something difficult, to get something better on the other side. So stop feeding yourself lies and start giving yourself a chance to win. And that all starts with betting on yourself. Hard truth number 7, you can't build for the future while paying for the past. Every dollar you send to Capital One or Sallie Mae or insert lender of your choice is a dollar you can't use to invest, save, or create new opportunities. Debt is a thief that keeps you living in the past. And I remember feeling this way. When I was in my early 20s, I had $40,000 in debt between my student loans and my credit cards. I was the average George to a T. And I just thought, well, this is the path. This is what I have to do. I guess I'll pay off the debt eventually. Maybe I'll die with the debt. Who knows? But that mentality didn't get me anywhere. It was when I got rid of that debt aggressively that I actually saw a path to build wealth for the future. But as long as I hung on to that debt, I wasn't able to invest a dime. I was too busy sending lenders big old payments every month. The good news is, you can get out of this too. If you're in debt, you don't have to stay that way. Write down all of your debts, smallest to largest balance, then put all of your energy toward paying off the smallest balance first. Make minimum payments on the rest, but attack that little one with a vengeance. Once it's gone, you freed up a payment, so move on to the next smallest with that newfound margin. Then just rinse and repeat until you're debt-free. And for the average person following this Ramsey plan, the plan that I teach on this channel, it takes about 18 to 24 months to get rid of all consumer debt, and then you're truly free. You have freed up so much margin to throw at the emergency fund, at investing, at whatever goal you have in front of you. Now, I know firsthand how tough it is to pay off debt, but while it may not be easy, it is possible. If you're watching this channel because you want to build wealth, you need to understand that broke people pay interest while wealthy people earn it. So the faster you get out of debt, the faster we can get to earning that interest instead of giving it to lenders. All right, hard truth number 8, making more won't solve your problems. I know it's tempting to believe that a bigger paycheck will fix everything when you're struggling with money. But the truth is, extra income will just magnify your bad habits. But as the great philosopher Biggie once put it, mo money, mo problems. A bigger paycheck will not solve your issues with overspending or disorganization. Because if you can't handle 60 grand wisely, you won't suddenly get disciplined at 80 grand or even 100. And that's why 36% of American households earning $100,000 or more are living paycheck to paycheck. And this is as insane as it sounds. And the real way to clean up a financial mess isn't by making more money, it's getting control of what you have. And then more money will actually help. So you need to get on a budget, you need to start saying no to some things, and be relentless about making sure you have margin. So while making more money won't solve your problems, you know what will solve one specific problem? Buying the men's brush bamboo jogger from Cozy Earth, one of the sponsors of today's video. That is, if your problem amounts to wearing stiff, uncomfortable pants that make you sad. We've all been there. And seriously, these joggers are super soft. They've got all the coziness of pajamas, but they're also stylish, which means you'll actually look classy wearing them to the grocery store or even to work. And Cozy Earth has been a comfort wear go-to for me for a while now, and you should make the same move. Right now, you can get 40% off by going to cozyearth.com/George and using the promo code George at checkout. You can also use the link in the description. Okay, back to the list. Hard truth number 9, wealth is built on boredom, not excitement. The process of building real wealth is slow, steady, and honestly, super boring. It comes from budgeting, saving, and investing over and over again, month after month, year after year. Get-rich-quick schemes like day trading, meme coins, sports betting, collecting Happy Meal toys. It might sound exciting, but they usually only leave you broke, discouraged, and with way more Grimace figurines than you could ever possibly need. How many does a person? I don't think you need one, let alone 60. He's not even the best character. Hamburglar is by far S tier. All right, Grimace maybe B tier at best. Well, Hamburglar doesn't have his own shake because nobody wants a Hamburglar shake. That's disgusting. Grimace shake? Sign me up. It's purple. Grind up that burger and drink it. How is that not they should really make that a thing. I think people would do it. This is the new Tide Pod. It's just drinking the Hamburglar shake as a trend. Hello? CEO? You like the idea? Oh my goodness, you're gonna send me a cease and desist? That's awesome! Thank you so much. Okay, they like the idea so much, they're gonna send me a thing called a cease and desist, which is like an agreement that we sign to make sure that this stays my idea. But true success is built on boring repetition. Putting money in your retirement account month after month, saying no to shortcuts, and refusing to gamble your future on the latest trend. And that's because wealth is built over decades, not days. And Proverbs 13:11 puts it best. Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. So move slow, stay boring, and you'll actually keep the wealth you end up building. Hard truth number 10, when you run someone else's race, the finish line always moves. Comparison is a trap that keeps you broke and keeps you miserable. So if your financial goals are all about keeping up with your friends, your neighbors, or your dungeon master, you will never feel fulfilled. There will always be someone with a newer car, a bigger house, or a flashier lifestyle, which means the chase will never end if your number one goal is outdoing your friends. But when you stop comparing and you focus on your own race, you finally feel peace. All right, so not caring about what other people think, that is a superpower in today's world when it comes to building wealth. And finally, hard truth number 11. Never trust a man whose smile outruns his shoes. Okay, pop again. Guys, how does he even know how to use Microsoft Word?
Shut your trap.
Okay, the actual final hard truth on our list, discipline beats motivation. Now here's the thing about motivation. It's temporary, it's elusive, and it shows up when life is exciting and then disappears the second things get hard. And that's why you can't build your financial future on feelings. They're just too unpredictable. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't care how you feel. It's what keeps you from going out to eat just because you're tired and had a long day. It's what helps you say no to another episode of Emily in Paris before bed. Motivation might help you start winning with money, but discipline is what's going to get you across the finish line. So, those are the 11 hard truths about life and money. And listen, I get that some of them may sting a little, they may seem a little hokey, it's a hard pill to swallow, it feels like too much work, you've heard it all before, but this is how actual people build wealth and have success in their life. And the good news is, every one of these truths comes with hope. You can get out of debt, you can build wealth, and you can create a life of peace and margin without waiting on anyone else to rescue you. And if you want some extra encouragement, click here to watch the video I made breaking down 12 simple rules you can follow to create margin and live a frugal life. You can also use the link in the description below. That's it for today. Be sure to subscribe, hit like on the video, and share this with someone who might need a little jolt. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.